What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Backline Podcast. I'm your host, Chief Redbeard, Billy, whatever you want to call me. And as always, I am joined alongside my two very good friends, Nico and Daniel. And today we have a great episode ahead of you. We go over some things that are get a little bit sad, but it's something I really wanted to talk about. And then, of course, the all-awesome album review, as well as some new gear. So great episode. Stay tuned. Appreciate everybody watching and hope you enjoy the show.
Do you guys watch, are you aware of like gamer girls on Twitch, like the live streaming shit?
Yeah.
I've
It might
seen
sound like a
bathwater.
stupid question.
Yeah, oddly, I see a,
And
I guess Facebook has like a recommended video stream of some sort. And that's basically the only ones that I ever recommend. I never get a dude.
Yeah.
Like recommend it. It's always just some like crazy hot girl that just like pops up as like, she's streaming. I'm like, why? Why is this being shown to me? But yes, I am aware.
Obviously, they appeal to the simp crowd, which is all of the Twitch community.
Oh, Billy. That's perfect.
It's perfect.
How many people do you Twitch Prime subscribe to?
I don't even know
You can
what that
only do
is. Is that like a subscription or something?
If you link up your Amazon Prime account to Twitch, you get a free sub every month, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
one free sub.
What does
But
that
you
mean?
can make-
So you have to pay to subscribe to somebody on Twitch?
yes.
Yeah. I mean, so to subscribe, you can
I
follow
subscribe
them and all that stuff.
to Daniel and I don't pay.
No, you follow him.
YouTube. Yeah, you follow me.
Oh, I
to sub, it
follow
asks
him?
$5 for that.
You get like certain shit, like personal stuff. Like he'll give you if you subscribe most of the time,
You get the
they'll
stream 5
shout-
minutes early.
They shout. I don't know. They shout
No,
your
no,
name
no.
out usually,
Whoa. Dude,
so
that's
people
totally
get
worth
like
it.
No.
hype.
Oh,
The
thanks,
benefit
Chief
of
Redbeard
subbing-
88.
No, it's just like how YouTube Premium or whatever works. It gets rid of the ads for that channel only when you sub to them.
True.
You unlock emotes that are custom that they make for their channel that you can use on any other person's channel. It's kind of like free advertising in a way too for the person's channel. And then what else? Usually most people make benefits to sub them, whether it's like getting into their Discord, play video games with them and all that crap. So that's all the subsystem is. And then just Amazon just, gives everyone a free one.
Do you subscribe to anybody? Anybody in here?
No, I didn't
In
even know
here?
that was a thing.
Like you two?
No.
No, or I used it for the cosplay group I've been, hanging out with.
What? Use how?
Yeah.
How'd you use it? You're supporting one of the guys that are streaming.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just kick it to them for that free, since I have it, might as well give it.
How do you feel
otherwise
though? My whole follow up is like, how do you guys feel about like gamer girls or cam girls, whatever? There's a whole like argument online about like attractive women playing video games, streaming on Twitch, who aren't
It's so
necessarily
different than.
Mhm.
Oh, good.
No, that's it.
I would almost say it's almost like arguing like, why are you a stripper if you're just because you're hot? Why are you stripping? It's like
Yeah, but a lot of these girls,
people
like,
are gonna obviously want to look at hot girls.
there are legit gamer girls out there, and by gamer girl, that's not a degrading term. I'm saying
an actual gamer.
They're girls that are gaming or gamers that happen to be girls, whatever the hell you want to define it as, and they are legit fucking gamers, and you can usually automatically tell that. But then you have it's a fine line between gamer girl and then a girl that happens to realize she can profit making these videos, playing video games, while also being kind of dressed a little scantily. Is that the right word?
Yeah, short shorts, tank top or something with a low cut.
Yeah.
So
this
things like
is
that. They sit kind of awkward and stuff.
Yeah, and they'll get berated like, oh, you're only streaming, you're only wearing
And then
that
they'll
tank
have-
top because you're
They'll
streaming.
have their simp moderators behind
Jezebel.
the chat and just blocking those people,
Yeah.
going, "Shut up, let her keep doing it."
Yeah, it's a whole, and then, but you have the actual girls that happen to be girls that game, and they don't do
Yeah,
that.
no.
They dress normal, and they get
there's
irritated.
For one person I know, she's a pro at Rainbow Six.
Mhm.
She's part of Cloud9, I think. She's really good, and she just doesn't care about the culture. She's like, I happen to be a girl, but I'm a pro gamer. She can say
Yeah.
she's a pro.
Right. I feel
think
like there's a
it's-
lot of friction there.
I think it's fine.
She just for her, she doesn't care. She games.
Look, if I was some crazy hot chick, I would do it too. I
I
would
could see it.
I would do all of the things, right? So like, Imagine,
imagine
right now, and it's sad to say, but it is 100% the truth, whether you like it or not. If we had one of those crazy hot girls on this channel right now wearing those types of outfits, we'd be booming in fucking subscriptions and everything because they're going to get it.
Why is porn so lucrative?
It's number one streamed anything, I'm sure.
Why is their networking top notch? There's security.
Server farms that blow away the government. Like, come on, man. Like, they're there.
Porn sells. And they make movements to what our current formats are. Well, that's why we are on Blu-ray, not HD DVD. That's why we went VHS, not beta tapes or whatever.
You haven't seen Speed until you've seen me as a girl make my Twitch account, wear nothing, and play like Minecraft or some old antiquated game that still has a sort of who cares? Yeah, it could be a fucking Pong. I don't care. I'll just be like, yeah, like I don't even know what's going on, and then just like, yeah, just rake it in.
So I don't go on Twitch that much. Literally, the only times I get on there is when Daniel or Justin get on, and I get a notification on my phone, and I try to go to support him. Now, Justin, on the other hand, never streamed, so apparently. I still don't get it. You can stream for somebody else. I don't get that at all.
It's a hosting.
Still don't get it. But either way, I'll go on and watch Daniel. But that's it. That's as far as I know about Twitch. Other than that, my streaming is whether it's like a Facebook Live event or mostly 99% is YouTube. However, even those ads that I was saying that I get for those girls, they're dressed like that. But then I get in and then I think exactly what you just said. Like they're just going to be like, not really good, and then they're just dressed, but they've obviously got 100,000 people watching them right now. And I get in, and these girls would wipe the fucking floor with me. So I don't know if that helps, or it's just the slutty side, and I'm gonna get the views, or it's I'm slutty and I'm a badass. Like I said, if we had somebody that was that knowledgeable on music like us, and in here, I mean, they're gonna infinitely. It would grow, Well,
that actually leads perfectly into why I made the parallel with gamer girls and stuff on Twitch is, have you guys ever seen on like your Instagram feed, YouTube feed, whatever, like a girl or a guy dressed a certain way with a certain camera angle, whatever, and they just happen to be playing music?
Yes.
Lindsay Sterling.
Okay. Oh, okay. You know her by name.
Does she dress like that?
Not too, but she does her whole ballerina shtick with her violin.
She dances
feet up in the air and stuff.
Yeah, she's. Now, so but I have seen the Instagram is packed with it. If you go to like your recommended page for Instagram, it is full of basically girls, and then they've got a guitar in their hand. Once again, they'll wipe the floor clean with me. I mean, they're shredding. I mean, Pat keeps tagging me in one, and I'm just like, holy shit, why is she so fucking good? And then on top of that, she has her looks about her too.
Would Yvette Young count?
Yeah, she's definitely one.
Yeah, with her short skirt.
She doesn't dress. She's got the shorter skirts.
Her pencil skirts.
Yeah.
I see a lot of drummer girls that are like killing it, absolutely killing it, and they're just dressed that certain way. I mean, a part of me is always kind of conflicted. Like, okay, so if you can play that way, why do you have to dress that way? It's like more clicks, probably more advertising, more chances to make opportunities happen. But then there's a part of me that's like, go fuck yourself. You're pandering basically to us weak ass shit men that just can't keep it in our pants, can't keep our hands on the keyboard. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just, it's kind of frustrating for some reason.
I don't know. I mean, like check out stuff like Iron Maidens. The all female Iron Maiden cover band.
That's cool.
They're all badass. Like great at singing, great at playing and everything. Just happen to be all female.
Yeah, right. There's bands that do it, and if you've got the talent, like, so there's a couple female fronted bands that, the females are, there's one that I was even listening today. I've listened to them many times before, but, I really like this one single that they have out, and her screams are fucking brutal. Like I couldn't do that. And she's getting fucking lows out, and I've heard her do it, live on a microphone. It is definitely her. And she doesn't dress that way, but then I've seen other female fronted bands that, like, a female is going to have a higher register voice naturally. And as long as you can hold some type of pitch or tune, you're going to sound okay. But there's nothing flashy about it. But I feel like there's a lot of bands and shit that I do see where they've got that female fronted band, but where the band is awesome, but the vocals just aren't up to par with that. But naturally, I think they're selling their shit because she's a female and she's fronting the band. And she's dressed certain ways. And I've seen one where the girl, I've never seen her in full clothes. The guys are dressed full.
Normal.
She's tits out. Like, it's all there.
If anything, Arch Enemy's new singer, I forgot what band she's from. I drew a blank, but she's a really good screamer and singer. Mm-hmm. And the band she's originally from, she was never really that provocative or anything with her attire. But yeah, I mean, she's just a really good all-around vocalist for screaming and singing, on the switch too, just on and off. The only thing is when she signed on to Arch Enemy, they're like, no singing, just screaming. So it's a little weird. I like her singing voice a lot.
She's great, I think, from what I recall anyways. But I guess the part, because I've always admitted to being partially sexist a little bit, and I'm working on it. Obviously, I'm talking it through. I'm trying to
get the misogyny out of you, boy.
Get my mind straight. You know what I'm saying? So basically, I'm just thinking, it's like, I think it rubs me wrong because it like I said, it feels like pandering and it feels like a disingenuous thing. But when you're playing music, it's supposed to be a genuine feel and experience. And when I see something mix in, just like the gaming, like gamers used to be renowned for being completely antisocial, complete shut-in nerd losers, like just go watch any 80s movie. And now it's the new, it's the hotness in the past 10 years or so, and it's now lucrative as shit. So you see all these hangers-oners just coming late to the party, and then you have these other people who have been doing it their entire lives. And they're seeing their numbers. They're like, really? Like, there's no way. Like, you could just watch a stream one time and tell if they're an actual gamer. I hate using that term, but I don't know what else to use.
I'd almost say someone like Shroud or Tim the Tatman, they probably pull numbers bigger than any of those girls that do that kind of stuff. Like, that's where I think there's going to be a divide where there's actually people who care about the quality of content rather than the person, And even Summit 1G and stuff like that, those guys would probably pull crazy numbers away from those girls that are doing it. So I don't think a lot of people are fearful of it. If anything, it creates a divide that makes it much more obvious of who that viewer is on that channel. It's like, all right, obviously that's his interest. He's not going to go to Summit or, any one of those guys. Yeah,
it's like, it's already hard enough to like explain to people like, yeah, I watch people play video games. And now you got to say like, I watch this, and she's not like, oh, why do you watch them? Oh, they're a celebrity or they're a musician or they're a professional at the game. Oh, why do you watch this person? Talking about like a gamer girl that's necessarily a little disingenuous. She's attractive. It's like, wow, what a low level fucking move. Like, I don't know, but it's like, go to the cam girl sites, go to OnlyFans, and I feel like that's happening actually.
I feel like, yeah, but I don't know. I guess that's the sexist side of me. Like, I'm going to click on those videos, and I also expected just some girl just like, I don't know, you see in a movie, and she's like, oh, what's this button do? And no, she's just sitting there, and I'm pretty sure mouse and keyboard on a lot of these, and they're just like, I'm like, I can't do that. Like, I don't know, it's good, but they got me to click on the video by just showing the hot girl full screen instead of, like her down in the corner with the screen of the game going, and I'm clicking on it for that reason. I'm going to click on those Instagram posts and possibly follow if that talent also backs up what I'm seeing. Like, that's what it is. So I'm going to click on it every fucking time.
No, if the talent's there, I got no argument. I got nothing, no ill will. It's the other people. It's the other side of the same.
So when it's much more blatant.
Yes, when it's so obvious, like they don't know what they're doing. They've never done this. They're hopping on the bandwagon.
Yeah. I mean, that much, it's like they're only going to grab so many people before people realize that that's all they're doing. That's all, that's all they got going.
Yeah, but they'll get those people every time.
They'll get those people. I mean, the thing is, it's, what is it? What is it? I can't remember the quote, but yeah, I mean, basically, if you do it, they'll come,
If you build it, they'll come.
Yeah.
Kill the dreams.
How did I figure build it? Shit. But yeah, they're just building their platform and presenting themselves and providing nothing, and few will come, most will leave.
I guess when I see like a seemingly extremely average, if average, intermediate drummer, musician, whatever, and they're all scantily clad, dressed up, and done to the nine with their makeup and all that, and then I see them playing the music, I get, and I see they're like huge numbers. I guess that's envy. I guess I'm a hater, but at the same time,
Get pretty, Nico.
Yeah, apparently, yeah, dude. No, trust me. If I see guys doing the same thing, you know, if they're really good looking and like shredded, I see that and they're like like shirtless for seemingly no reason, and they're killing it on the drums, that's fine. But if they're doing that and it's kind of mediocre, which you don't even see, you don't see those people. They don't have the visibility that these women have, which is kind of weird.
I mean, there's a pro,
to me on my feed. Sorry.
Yeah, so I've seen the other end where there's a guy named Freakazoid from Cloud9 on CSGO. He was a pro back in the day. I think he retired now out of CSGO, but he's like a model. Like he's just ripped and everything, like perfect abs, all that. Like every single one of his photos is him shirtless or a shirt that's so tight you can see his muscles pulsing out of it. And he's a pro Counter-Strike player, you know?
That is so rare.
He pulls in the females, and I think he's Indian. So he's got that dark skin and everything, you know?
Yeah. That's okay. Well, I guess, I don't know. I guess I'm happy for that guy, but maybe I'm a fucking
there's two ends of the spectrum, you know?
I don't know.
It's just, you're not looking.
I'm self-admittedly confused. This is why I talk about these things. I need guidance. Help me be great.
Go check out Freakazoid.
Right. Yeah, I'm not sitting here saying, fuck these hoes. I'm sitting here trying to break down what happened to me when I was a kid. Why I look at certain things a certain way. Billy, what are you doing?
What do you mean? I'm listening.
Look at him. Got him. He was doing something. I got him. Look at him.
If anything, his laptop's down there where our faces
He's looking
are.
up that Cloud9 Pro streamer. He's like, a model, huh?
Directly into your eyes.
6'3", huh?
Hey, so you guys ready for a bit of a sad one? It could be sad.
Oh.
Could be sad. I kind of want your interpretation, but I want you to take it at face value. I'm not gonna send you any pages or anything. You can do your Google searches as you will. But I want to talk about a story. I don't know how I found this video popped up and I felt like I had seen it covered before. And I think it was just playing. I think I just had a loop of videos playing and this one came up and I was like, what is going on here? So basically, well, no, first of all, have you guys ever heard of a guitar player named Richard Benson?
No.
Yes. I know where you're going with it.
So Richard Benson is he's noted on the wikis as a British guitar player, even though I'm pretty sure he speaks like mostly Italian or some type of other language on a lot of his stuff from back in the day.
Italian.
All his albums are like Italian named and stuff like that. But basically, recently he has been vowed, and I want to say Stevie T. Barry, YouTuber, is one of the most notable ones to say it. But he's been vowed basically as one of the worst guitar players ever. And Stevie T basically had him on the video. So Stevie T's big on what he would call like a redemption kind of video. Like you'll see just really bad playing. A lot of it is fan submitted, and fans will submit him these, and he looks at it, and then basically he makes fun of the whole thing and then tries to rewrite the song how he thinks the person was trying to make it sound. So he did this for this guy, Richard Benson. So when the video came up, not Stevie T's, but all these other videos, I'm watching this guy play and he's literally getting food and shit thrown at him. Flour, powder, eggs, everything. Even one show, he had a fence in front of him. So nothing like, a bottle or brick can be thrown at this guy because apparently this is just what happened. And I thought it was a bit. I was like, who would do this? So that's what actually drew me to the rest of the video. So, and it was just him playing really, really bad guitar. And then people getting booed. He's getting angry, like, physically, verbally angry on the mic and just kept going. So as I'm watching this video, I'm like, why would he do that? I mean, I just don't get it. Like, what kind of bit is this? He looks uncomfortable, right? So the more I watched,
like Blues Brothering his ass,
I guess, but
Roadhouse.
It was like a bit. It was almost like, I'm a comedian. I'm going out. I'm gonna play really bad, and the bit is you basically just throw shit at me because that's how bad I am, right?
Okay.
Yeah, and I want you to do it.
So as I watched the video, though, it turns out that the guy actually flashed back and showed a video of him playing a lot younger, like back in like this. I mean, the guy was born in 55, so I think it was like 60s, 70s, 80s, somewhere obviously in that range, probably 70s, 80s. And he's actually pretty good. Like, he's no shredder. He's not insane, but he's really, really good. Like, he could play the fucking guitar. So I got confused. I'm like, well, what the fuck? What is going on here? What am I watching? Why was he good and then now he's bad? So it turns out he was
also a lot skinnier.
Yes. Turns out he actually got like crippling arthritis. And with that, he physically just couldn't do it anymore, but he kept trying and he kept going and he kept putting forth the effort. And
I'm bummed out, but go ahead.
Yeah. So I'm watching it. And as I noticed that, the guy ends up going back to the videos of him more recently. And he's like, you could see like his fingers are completely twisted. They're fucked.
Gnarled.
It's terrible. And I'm like, so what did Stevie T do? So I actually went back to Stevie T's videos and I actually saw a lot of people commenting like, dude, you should do your research before you put these out. If you guys remember a while back, I talked about Rob Chapman and that story came to light and Rob Chapman basically attacked this guy named KDH. KDH, his newer victim is Stevie T, calling him the internet bully. And in a way he certainly is, but it was fucking depressing, obviously, to watch that. The thing is, so there was two things to it. The one thing that really got me in the video that was a little confusing, he apparently went on this talk show of some sort. You know those game shows, and it's a foreign game show. They don't speak any English, but it's like almost like an American Idol, but in a talk show format. Like it's a very small audience, very bright lights and everything. No dark stages. You just come out and you're sitting next to Ellen or whoever the host is, and you start singing a song. They kept fucking with him and playing one of his older songs, I think, or some song. I didn't know what the song was, but it sounded, at least guitar-wise, sounded like one of his older songs. And he was getting mad, and I'm like, I don't get it. So is that a bit or is it not a bit? And it was just very confusing. So that's one part. So I think what he was really doing, in my opinion, after watching all of this, is he's got that passion, and he's never going to give up. No matter how bad his hand is, no matter what's going on, he's going to give up. Apparently in 2001, he actually fell off a bridge, and they're thinking it was possibly a suicide attempt, which then left him even more crippled, where he had to walk out hunchback with a cane. He looks like an old lady now with just like scruff beard, but it was just really weird, and I didn't know what to think of it, but I can't tell if it's a bit that he's doing, because I get the passion, I get wanting to continue, I get wanting to try, but you got to know that it's not there. I admire the fuck out of it, because if he's just truly out there, like, I'm giving it everything I got, then that's incredible. But to suffer through that, or the talk show part of it, that's the part I didn't get. And I've only read one negative thing to go against my statement and what that guy, the video I watched, and some guy in like Italy or something said, hey, he's a no name over here, but we kind of like, because, and I think a lot of it was the talk show stuff and stuff like that. Like, he kind of brought it onto himself, but the guy didn't really talk about the arthritis in his comment. He talked about, well, he tried to kill himself and that's why he can't play. No, he just got crippling fucking arthritis, but it isn't giving up. It was just kind of fucking crazy to me, but.
Okay. So I'll summarize those 6 minutes. Nico's Cliff Notes, new segment. YouTuber doesn't do his research, makes a video making fun of a basically disease-ridden guitarist with a lot of heart.
People have, but Stevie T is one of the most notable ones, yes.
Right. Anyways, so that's very upsetting. I'm a little down. I'm a little blue. I'm going to change this lighting to blue. I don't know if this is coming up in the thing. We're going to change
it. It is. There we go. At least on my end it is.
Upset. Nico's upset. Well, that's
I do want to say that part sucked, and I know we try to keep this channel as positive as possible, especially during these times. But the main reason I liked it is because I did watch a guy, as painful it was to watch him, I thought it was absolutely fucking incredible. If it's not a bit, that he kept trying, It's very endearing. You can see him getting angry, and when you look at his hands, it's like, it's kind of terrifying. The biggest thing is I fear that for myself. You start getting those pains in your wrists. I'm on a computer all day. I'm like, when I'm playing the guitar, every time I do pick it up, which unfortunately isn't as often as I should, but every time I do pick it up, I try to enjoy it as much as possible because I don't know when I'm not going to be able to pick it up again. And that scares the fuck out of me, knowing that I may not be able to ever pick up. One day I'm going to pick up a guitar and I won't be able to play it anymore. Not because I just don't know how to play, because I don't now, but because I physically can't. And that scares the fuck out of me. So to see this guy go through some of the shit that he went through and still continue doing it was kind of fucking insane to me. So it gives me a little hope. Maybe I'll push through it. But if it was a bit, fuck that guy. But I don't think it was a bit. You look at his hands and it's maybe he took it and said, I'm going to do something with my disability here.
If anything, it's he couldn't get rid of his passion, couldn't trade into something else, and didn't want to let it go. And he's using it as a bit. It's his new crutch,
right?
Unfortunately, and sad as it is, he's doing it to himself ultimately.
Yeah.
So he has to accept whatever comes to Adam.
Right.
And whether that talk show whole thing happened and him getting upset, I mean, that guy might have pushed some buttons, being like, "What's wrong with you? Why don't you give up?" and all that. And he's just kind of like getting pissed, like, "This is my passion. I love it."
Yeah, I couldn't understand it, but they would even have they had the singer and he would sing the song and he's just sitting there. You could see his face, like he's starting to like breathe heavy. He's also obese as hell. He's starting to breathe heavy. He's, his eyes are going back and forth. Like, why are you guys doing this? And then, then he's the guy that's over dramatic on the floor, banging on the floor. Like, why? No, Then they have the same singer dress up in like a wig. He's turned around and then the music starts again. He turns around, he starts singing again. And it's like, I don't get it. If I was genuinely that upset though, at that point, like that's just a fucking talk show. I'm walking out. But I don't know if it was his show or if he was a host. I don't know what was going on with it because I didn't understand a word of what was going on.
If my dick breaks, I'm still trying to fuck, bro.
True.
I don't care. I'm giving it a shot. If that's his passion, that's fantastic. And it sounds like Fear's being it's treating you pretty well, scared little pussy boy. Fucking yeah, enjoy what you have until it's gone, basically. Sure. What are you gonna do, bro? Yeah. Love it. Love me. Love me, Billy.
Say that you love.
Copyright strike.
Right.
I'll get this next downer piece out real quick. A lot better than obviously some guy that's kind of fucked up.
When it rains, it pours, Billy.
Yeah. So I read this stat about Spotify plays the other day. Mm-hmm. Now, I guess I don't know where they got this information from in this article I read, but I guess the average mean to make a living is $12,000 a year. And I think they try to pull that from somewhere, which it's bullshit because everybody knows that's not true no matter where you live.
I was just saying, what part of the country?
Yeah, the ocean, I guess, where currency isn't used. So I think that stat is bullshit, but they say the mean average is $12,000 a year, obviously not including large cities as well, but I don't think that's anywhere. That's what you need to make a living and stay above the poverty line, apparently. Do you guys want to take a guess at how many Spotify plays you would need to get that amount of money?
I know it's a lot. I know it's a shitload.
It has to be above $1 million.
They're making like fractions of pennies. To make $12,000 a year, you're saying?
To make $12,000 a year, how many Spotify plays do you need?
And
that's per the whole band. I'm telling you right now, this isn't like each member of a band gets this amount of money. Each member doesn't get $12K. $12K is split between the entire band.
I don't want to go over because I don't want to bust. I want to be in contention, but I know it's high. I know it's a ridiculous number, but I don't want to put out a ridiculous number because now I'm thinking about it too hard. I would say $12,000, dude. That's got to be what? 250 million plays. What do you think, Daniel?
Daniel said over a million.
Over a million.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Nico, you did bust by quite a bit. So each Spotify play, and I'm imagining you have to have ads. I don't know if you have to be a bigger band. I don't know what their algorithm for this shit is. But each Spotify play gets you 0.006 cents per play. So to get there, you have to get it played 3 million times. which if I'm not mistaken, and I could be wrong, I think I've heard like a lot of bands are like happy. They're like, oh, we got 1.5 million plays this year. Look at us. Like,
yikes.
So at 1.5 million at those numbers, they earned $6,000 off of Spotify plays.
Oof.
So I think obviously streaming is here. There's nothing we can do to argue about that. You know, we're not Lars. We're not going to sit here and say, fuck the free music, fuck Napster, fuck this. But it does goes to show that you really do need to get out and play shows, sell merch, and do what you need to do. Hopefully not on a label, so you get to keep all of your fucking money and go do it, because that sucks. And imagine, okay, so you get 3 million there. Maybe you get lucky to get another 3 million on Apple Music, right? Those are your two conglomerates of the music industry as far as streaming is concerned, except for YouTube, right? So that's $24,000 split between most bands are 4 to 5 members, right? Yeah, it's not looking so pretty. You paid mortgage for a month, right?
Well,
fuck that.
For that year's
fuck
worth.
that. I'm kind of glad I'm getting older and just like, I'd love to tour. I would absolutely love to just get that opportunity and be in a band again. But no, I'm good. I'm good. That's a lot.
Yeah, it's self-torture at that point, really, especially in our current life situation and everything.
Right. I mean, right now you would think it'd be more. I don't know, because, you know, most people listen to that kind of stuff when they're in the car. Nobody's sitting at home and going, I'm bored. Let me pull up Spotify real quick. Maybe you are. You know, obviously, if I'm cleaning or something, I throw on some music, you know, some background noise, but I'm not fucking actively listening to music when I'm at home, unless it's my own or I'm checking out a new band, something like that. But that's on YouTube as well.
Well, no, I guess not. I was going to say I listen to music. It's like, I don't really listen to music, to be honest. That's a weird thing for me to say, but I really don't. But I was going to say there's more content being consumed more than ever, at least when it comes to, I saw an article, well, a brief clickbait article that said the most video games bought in the first quarter ever. What just happened, apparently. And It's like, that has to be across the board, in my opinion, if it relates to video games. Like, okay, so anything where people can stream it, download it, watch it, play it, listen to it, it's all getting out there. So now would be a really good time to figure out how to build a fan base, because now people have more time to venture out and find content. And that's something I'm still guilty of, listening to the same, like, maybe like 8 podcasts or something. It's like, there's no reason for me not to at least just try it out, try another one out for like 5-10 minutes. So that's, I gotta get on like finding new stuff, just for the sake of, like, I feel like if everybody is a fan of everybody can win, possibly. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
you have infinite time. It blows my mind to see people constantly posted, especially if you're on my friends list. I've got quite a few friends on my friends list. Y'all can see my shit. I'm sharing it every week. I love you. But I constantly see it. Hey guys, give me some advice on what to listen to, this and that. Like I need something new because I'm bored. You know, What do I do during this quarter? I've still seen it today as states are starting to reopen and everything's happening. You know, our state that two of us live in, we're starting to reopen for the most part in some counties. But people are still fucking bored. They're still, even if you're opening, it's half capacity, whatever. Or maybe you just don't want to go out still. So you're still taking the precautions. So you're still sitting at home bored. Like,
it's no different almost.
Now is the time. Support your local artists. Speaking of which,
no matter.
Real quick plug. This will come out on Wednesday. So Friday, Luca's new album drops. Friday the 29th. Ooh. So we talked about their new single on the show a couple weeks ago. So if you are a fan of the heavies, Luca's album on the 29th.
So yeah, we're going over the album review, and I recommended Conquering Dystopia album, Conquering Dystopia, released in 2014. And this was Jeff Loomis and Keith Marrow, along with Alex Rudiger's little solo projects. I don't know what you would call that. Group or super group project, I guess. Yeah. So what'd you guys think?
Nico, you want to go first? You want me to go first?
I'm going to hand it off to you, buddy.
Okay. Oh, I've got some notes. Episode 13 podcast notes. Album review.
Sounds like the right one.
All right, so overall, I really enjoyed this album. I'll pull a Nico here. Mix was good. I thought the drums sounded great. I didn't really notice until Nuclear Justice, somewhere around there. So somewhere towards the end of the album, I didn't really like pay attention to the drum sound. My bad. But overall, I really enjoyed it. Just some quick things to go through. Prelude started out, which is the first song on the album. It is exactly what I thought this album would sound like. There was a lot of that. I feel like all these guys are just so similar because there was still some of that Olaf feel in some of these things, but I think they're just kind of similar guitar players in their own respective ways. Tethys. Is that how you say it? Tethys, T-H-T.
Yep, Tethys, yep.
T-E-T.
The second song.
H-Y-S. Yeah, whatever. Tethys. Have you guys ever heard a song, and Daniel, this is probably more portrayed to you. Have you ever heard a song that has a chord progression going, and you're waiting for it to just hit this fucking part, and then it goes the complete opposite fucking way of what you wanted it to?
Kind of like trap music.
I don't know. I've never listened to trap music.
That's all it's about. Or like, what do they call it? It's like EDM music where it's like, oh, the drop's about to happen, and then just
sure. Something that's the feeling, and you're pissed. At that point, you're just like, I wasted my time. Not that I feel that way about this album, but there was a chord progression in this album.
Song in particular.
Oh man, it's like the chorus it repeats. So I'm assuming it's like a chorus of the song. And there's obviously no vocals or anything, but
right.
Dude, it kept going. And then I'm waiting for that next chord to hit, and it's a very weird writing way that I've seen a lot, especially these types of bands, like these kind of like techier type bands or something. They always seem to disappoint. However, I got notes on that. God damn, I thought I have really beautiful handwriting.
Why did you handwriting shit? You got two screens.
Because I wanted to really I'm going to start getting into these because I feel like unless it's my album, I do really fucking bad. So I'm going to try better to be a better man.
Look at this guy.
And I wrote fucking notes. Like, check that out, dude. I got a whole list of fucking notes here. I'm tired of looking up at the computer. It doesn't seem natural. I'm just reading line for line. I want to read my cliff notes.
Yeah, so read from a piece of paper. It's very different.
Auto Arc.
I can't say any of these song names. I have no idea.
Can't say Nuclear Justice.
That one had the chord progression I was looking for. Not that I'm looking for. So what I'm not saying, I'm not looking for a specific chord progression and hoping the band plays what's in my head.
Flow.
What I'm saying is when they start a certain chord progression in each of their songs, I look for that. It's always 3. It's a number of 3. So it's just like, like I don't know, maybe I'm just a very cheesy cliche player, but that's the way I would write. But instead they do a I don't know. It's just really fucking weird. Theirs actually went lower and it was like major and then dark minor shit. It was very fucking weird, but I see it all the time. Well, I hear it all the time and it bothers the fuck out of me, but they're still great. But yeah, the auto arc melts at your face at the beginning, and then they got the chord progression right. Sorry, I just realized apparently I had another story to say. It was underneath my beautiful notes here. Destroyer of Dreams, slow but heavy with some really awesome like dissonant like chord kind of shit going on. I really like that. Overall, I got a ton of notes here. I won't bore you with it. I like the album. It was pretty good. Not necessarily my style, but there was enough in there to keep me into it. Towards the like 3/4 mark, it did start to get a little daunting for me. I listened to it all in one day, at least. I didn't do it in one take, but I did do it in one day. And it started to be just like, all right, I get it. And it's probably because it's more of an instrumental and it's a long instrumental at that.
12 track.
Right. It's a 12 track instrumental. There's a lot to take in. But overall, really good. Exactly how I thought it would sound. Did not disappoint. It is a very good, it's perfect for background. Once again, because it's instrumental too, it's perfect. And then there will be that part that's going to draw you in. There was some really heavy chugs in it, that I really, really enjoyed. So yeah, good one. Finally, Daniel, you finally did it, bud.
Oh, you liked it. That's awesome.
I did.
So yeah, I agree with Billy. The mix is good. I know what you're saying. Yeah, you said that last week. Sorry, guys. These prog bands, they have their shit together. Sorry. Yeah, it's good.
Like I said, it's a super group.
Yeah, I mean, they know what they're doing. You got a bunch of guys coming together that they're all great, amazing, top percent of what they do. That's great.
Where do I put my fucking notebook? God.
In the trash. It's a notebook.
Well, I had it on my laptop here, and it got pretty hot. So I'm just like... over here. I need a bigger desk. That's what I need to do. Bigger desk.
Your other desk is empty. I see it right there. Yep.
There you go. There's the notebook.
Yeah, but then I have to read.
So yeah, the mix. It's great. The song's amazing, well written, very I would say listenable. At a certain point, I checked the fuck out. Like it felt like I was listening to an Avengers movie all over again. Like I was just like, wow, this is great. No, this is impressive. Wow, look what they can do. That's amazing. But there's nothing. There's still nothing that really stands out to me as like, I would absolutely listen to this again. It's just another example of these amazingly talented musicians completely just underwhelming me with songwriting. They're more focused about what they can do rather than when they should do it. There are times where you need to pull your punches and really think about your songs as opposed to saying, let's just do as much as we can in the smallest amount of time. And that's
just
kind
because you can doesn't mean you should.
Yeah, man. It's like, it's a part of music that used to really interest me. And now it just bores me to fuck because it's like, yeah, you can get to that level. A lot of people and it's impressive when people get to a certain level of technical prowess and ability. But then when you just take less time to focus on your actual songs and the caliber of the fluid,
going after the simplicity effect of like nailing something super simple, but it's so catchy, and you're just kind of like, I've never heard it though.
Right. Okay. And I'm not a guy who doesn't like a specific genre. How do I say this? I'm not a guy who doesn't like a specific genre because, oh, they scream. I'm not into that. Oh, they do this. I'm not into that. It's like, write a song that makes me want to listen to it again. Write a song that gives me goosebumps and makes me go, fuck yeah, dude. And like, make me do that some more, but it's like, I'm starting to realize that there are reasons certain bands are really, really popular and certain bands with 10 times the capacity and capability just can't even hit a fraction of that popularity or success. It's just because there's something innately going on with their writing process that is just far and beyond. And I almost think it's impossible. You can work on it to an extent, but I feel like it's almost built within you. Like if you listen to like, I'll go back to it, Dave Grohl drums, like he writes some of the best drum licks that I've ever heard, and they're nothing special. There's nothing crazy going on. He just knows what to do and when to do it. And he's a completely average kind of drummer, but because he's
got a good ear.
But yeah, his ear, exactly. He knows when to do certain things. And because of that, it projects him to an astronomical, caliber of music. So yeah, it's a great album. It's very impressive. You want to hear impressive musicians? Listen to it. If you want to hear something, that is memorable, that's a different conversation. Like there's people who can, I'm trying to think of a good parallel. There's people who can play, like I've seen the fastest drummers in the world, right? And you're like, holy shit, that's incredible. They can't write a song to save their fucking life. They can't do it. It's just like, oh, it's like a novelty almost,
Yeah,
like
or like a one-trick pony.
Yes, I would love to hear a prog band, and I guess there are some out there that it like makes you want to listen to their shit again. Besides the fact of holy shit, they can do X, Y, Z. I can't physically do that. I want to hear something like mixed well with songwriting and capabilities. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm under the notion that there's just no such thing as a band that can have a start to finish album that is phenomenal. There's always just one hits or 2 to 3 some.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, and I'm saying for like not just to one person, I'm saying as a general, audience.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a single band that has an album that every fan likes every song start to finish on an album or something.
Like they
that.
might
I'm
have
sure,
like max of like 5, maybe 5.
Yeah, maybe 5. Like, even like Queen and stuff like that, like all those old bands, there's fans out there that will not like specific songs within an album that will argue against other ones being like, this song's better on that same album you're talking about. I don't like that song.
Yeah.
I think singles are just the way it is, like, just to have that diversity of different bands,
I think it's bigger. So there's a couple points to what you said, Nico. I think that's one of the reasons. So one point is, I think that's one of the reasons why we continually reach back to whatever we call our roots, whether that's, me, Alice in Chains, or maybe going back a little further to earlier Metallica and stuff like that. Because it was in some of those and some of their songs, like Metallica had some techie songs in a way, but they were simpler, and they were innovators of what they did. Black Sabbath is revered as one of the bands that started the metal genre period because of what they took. They took a drop tune sound and made it fucking incredible. And it was very, very simple shit. And I think that's why we revert to that, even though I think the three of us and quite a few of our friends are musicians that want to be those higher end musicians, where we want to be the best guitar players that can just fucking shred. Daniel can, I can't. Or a drummer who's really fucking solid and fast and can write. We want all of that. And so we look to a lot of these bands. It's like, holy shit, they could do it. But then at the same time, we're like, all right, well, I heard it the last 3 songs. What do I do now? Like, all right, you did it. Now what? Now what do you do? You know what I mean? And I think we take it back. And that's one of the big reasons I'm into stuff like grunge music. It's heavy. It's a little slower. It's a little scaled back, but yet Jerry Cantrell is one of the, in my opinion, one of the better guitar players to ever walk the face of the earth. And he is revered too as one of those big ones, but it's simpler. It's simpler. It's just a way you write those riffs. So sometimes in songwriting, I think these guys can write, but then I look at the other side of it as a prog band, as you guys were speaking with. Y'all could talk all the shit you want, hate all you want. Let's cut out the vocals just this once. But this is one of the big reasons I love Periphery, because that songwriting is there. And there are times, again, not the full album, their last album, one song I don't like. The whole rest of the album, to me, is gold. It's fucking gold. There's one, because it's a completely, it's like a EDM pop song. It's weird. It's like Korn. Do you guys remember when Korn brought out like those rap, like rock albums that they did? Like in the middle, like Twisted, what was it? Twisted Sister, not obviously not Twisted Sister, Transistor. I don't know. There's weird songs that they brought out with, and everybody's like, what the fuck happened to them? It got really weird. Anyways, they came out with these weird songs that were more electronic music behind it than their fucking 7-string guitars and bass. It's almost like, fuck, bring that fiddly sound back. As much as I don't like it sometimes,
I don't like
bring it back, please, because this shit sucks, right? So they have a song like that, but the whole rest of it, because they take a lot of thought into it. And if you don't like it, that's fine. I'm not going to, I don't, that's my opinion, but you have elements of all these different instruments, their guitars, bass, drums, naturally, and their vocals, but then they layer it with, really good sounding chorus, like an actual chorus singing, strings from, different types of stringed instruments, horn sections, all this. They've been able to layer their stuff, and it's incredible. And they're writing that and then having it written out, and then the real people are recording it now, at least for their last album, because they wanted that real element. But, even with today's technology, you could add those layers in, and it's fucking incredible. So some bands could do it. Like Meshuggah, heavy as fuck, melt your fucking face off. 3 songs in, I'm over it. I'm absolutely over it.
Right. That's
that
kind of the same novelty with this.
Right.
Bands,
right.
Whatever.
It's great. It's fucking great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get it. But that's why Periphery is the ones that I kind of keep going back
They're
to.
definitely one of the most memorable prog bands, I will say, where it's like, ooh, kind of hits me a little bit differently. I wonder why. I wonder what that is. But Wilbur, what did you?
They definitely are much different.
What did you think? Yeah. What did you think
of your own album?
Yeah. For this one, if anything, I'd say it's just like every lick that they've came up with and wanted an excuse to use it You know, like it's just a conglomeration of just stuff that they're like, I don't know what to slam this against in any of my songs, so I'm gonna put it in this album. You know, it's a lot of noodling. I do like it a lot, only because listening to it, it's like there's a lot of cool things to learn from it, and that's what I take it as. It's a template of listening to interesting ideas of riffs and styles of writing and stuff like that. You know, and as far as listening, it's not so much the enjoyment of it; it's more for learning for me. That's the way I like, to me, that's my it's like just a textbook. You know, I've listened to it and I'm learning from them ideas and stuff like that and little tricks, and go, how the, like Tethys at 2 minutes and 50 seconds, there's a riff in there that it sounds ridiculous to me, and it almost sounds like a hip hop beat, the way the guitars are playing, and it's just a run, lead run on it, and I've been trying to break it down how the hell they play that. I can't figure it out. Like it's just insane to me.
So,
and that's just something like I said, it's that textbook. It's like, here's the formula.
Yeah.
Solve the problem. And I'm like, I don't know how the hell they did that.
See, that makes so much more sense for me. It's like you're using it as a study guide and you're kind of breaking it down. See, I definitely used to do that for sure. And then I just kind of am doing it just traditionally, just looking stuff up and like certain grooves and rudiments. I guess it's different for guitar though, I suppose, but that makes so much more sense as to listenability. It's like, yeah, you have the same ears as us. You're just listening to it for a completely different reason, which is answer or mystery solved. Okay, cool. I like that.
Yeah. In a sense, so, and maybe it wasn't explained well enough last week. I don't remember. Maybe it was, but in a sense, so we should almost expect what you said though, Daniel.
What's that?
It's obviously awesome. I think for the most part, if you can listen to a lot of that, it's pretty well written, but maybe just not to the point where it's well written enough to listen to it over and over again. But the fact that you've got two, fuck it, we'll call them guitar gods, right? You know, we're putting those two together. I'm sorry, if I'm creating a super group that's going to be a one-off or something like that, I'm not putting my best foot forward. I'm going to create something that I'm proud of, that I'm happy with. But what did I do with this riff? What do I do with this riff? That's kind of what that's for, right? You know, you're not going to put that, your better shit's going to be for your solo shit.
For yourself.
Or for your actual band that you're in, whatever. So I guess maybe if we come across something like this for another album review or something, we should probably expect that, right? It's going to be good. It's going to be solid, but maybe it's not going to be exactly like badass as we thought it was. Ola's was pretty good, but again, that was his solo. That's him. His best foot forward is going to be on that album. This stuff is two super dudes with a drummer who's going to be able to play anything. He's always going to write well, no matter what he does, but he's not the melody of it. He is the backbone. I'm holding this shit together. You know, I'm going to make it sound
he's the foundation.
that 20% better than what you've got going on here. That's what we're going to do here. Right. So that's most of your good drummers. That's their job, right? They're going to create some badass shit, and the people that are listening for it, they're going to hear it. They're going to fucking cream all over the place for it, but they're there to hold it down. Right. So the guitar players, though, they're there they're the melody. They're the one pinching your fucking ears. But I wouldn't expect them to be like, this is the best thing we've ever written. Bullshit.
Right.
Why would you put that in a bullshit project? Right.
Yeah. Like I said, like everything in this sounds like stuff they couldn't puzzle into their own stuff, and they just wanted to use it, get it out.
Some
of
of it sounded like it was just like riff after riff, like, and I think that's where I started to get lost. Like,
yeah, there's just so many noodling going on.
It works, but why?
It's weird. yeah. Like I said, like it's stuff that they had material that they just couldn't figure out what to do with, and they're like, let's slam them together. You know,
dude. Speaking of slamming. So it's my turn for the album review.
Get up and say it!
My new theme, which I came upon in a dream. Music I do not in any way understand. Okay? So we're going to go.
And you want us to try and help you figure that out, huh?
It's a journey for us all together. We're helping each other. You're not helping me necessarily. We're all helping each other.
Exploring our boundaries.
Yes, exactly. We're going to experiment together. We're going to get in a room. We're going to get a little drunk, get a little naked, get a little weird. So it's going to be Korn, Follow the Leader.
Oh, no.
That's the album.
It's funny that I brought
1998 came out. Yep. It is apparently, I did a tiny bit of research. It's definitely supposed to be their most balanced best album of all time. I guess they got like fucking like 13 or 14 albums over like over 25 years. I didn't realize they were so freaking just there. Like, Jesus.
There was a point where they were putting out like an album a year. It's
crazy.
Like my dad would come to me and go, my dad's a huge Korn fan. And he would go, I got the new Korn album. I was like, Dad, I didn't even know they came out with a new Korn album.
Nope.
Like, aren't those guys retired? Like, what are they doing?
Yeah.
Did one guy leave to go make watches? Like, what happened?
I don't know anything about this band. I just thought about it. I was like, what's music? I just don't. I've maybe heard one song, and I've seen like the cult following or the massive following. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
I'm on the same boat as you. I saw the following, but I was like, I'm not jumping on that train.
Yeah, I didn't get it. So here we go.
It's so weird though. Like, real quick on that, like, your friends now, granted, maybe you don't always follow your friends, but I feel like if I'm in a group of people, we're all gonna not necessarily agree on the same thing, because clearly we all three don't, right? We're not 100% on everybody's nuts, right? But it's like, I don't know, that was middle school, elementary, middle school, maybe if you just couldn't get away from it, early high school, right? And you still listen to it. It's just so weird because a lot of your friends I know listen to that shit.
Oh yeah. Oh
it's
yeah,
weird.
No, definitely.
I mean, you listened to Korn though, right? But you just weren't into it?
I wasn't into it, and I didn't listen from start to finish. I've heard like snippets at best. Otherwise, I'd be like, change it. I don't like this.
It's weird. The other part of that too, the flip side, is they were a pretty heavy radio played band. I mean, and back in that middle school days, even if I'm sure the earlier MP3 players and the first iPod and shit was out, but maybe you didn't get one. I was poor, so I didn't get one. You know what I mean? I had to wait till I could work to get that. So, and computer streaming at that time was wait an hour for that song to load up, right? We were all on dial-up internet. So I feel like you had to hear the radio and had to hear these songs. So at some point, you had to hear it. They had a lot of hits back in like the early 2000s, new metal.
I was never really a radio listener either. So, I mean,
I don't believe that. That's where I'm going to stop you. I don't believe that because I just said there was no other way to listen to music except for the radio.
No,
and CDs. I mean, if you just had a CD player that you walked around with.
Did you not? Maybe. I guess you never saw my CD wallet or whatever they call those. Like, I just had like a Bible-sized, huge-ass thing of, CDs. And that's, and me and Travis used to pirate music all the time, from Morpheus or whatever.
Well,
yeah, but that was when the internet was faster, like that was after dial-up. I mean, you could pirate during dial-up. I mean,
older.
but Napster.
I'm older,
and
so
you're a year and a half older than me. Calm it down.
It's just I don't know. Since freshman year of high school, I had a CD wallet that was huge and full of ripped CDs from downloading. I mean, the thing is, like, we would go after torrents of just a huge compilation and just let it download overnight and just leave it going. With DSL, I think would be the best internet we had.
Yeah, it'd probably take a while. Yeah, I feel like you had to listen to the radio though at some point. You heard this.
No, I mean, even my dad didn't listen to the radio. That was the thing. Like, we weren't radio listeners. He would have cassettes playing, Yes, and
that's fair.
That's fair. And How and stuff.
And I believe that 100%. I've never seen a cassette in your house, and I'm not being sarcastic here. But by the time we were hanging out, CDs or really iPods, iPhones, and music players on your fucking phone were a thing. We were hanging out like right before the cusp of everybody having those. But I could definitely see that with your dad. And my dad was the same way, but, obviously, naturally, car trips, wasn't really popping in the tape or the CD, occasionally, but there was a lot of radio. I don't know. Still hoping that MTV would show something that didn't suck. And during that time, because music was definitely dying off at that time, and it was a pop scene coming in before it is what it is today. So it was still like that occasional heavy song would make its way onto some TV show of some sort. Yeah, I get it. So they're awesome. Nico, I guess the end of the question. Thought?
Who's awesome?
Korn.
No. I said,
dude, they are tight as
I said this is music
live.
I don't understand. No, absolutely.
They are
not.
tight as fuck?
I could change my
live?
opinion. Like I said, dude, I'm open-minded, but I'm not necessarily optimistic about this album and me falling in love with it.
Have you listened to Follow the Leader? Are we listening to that?
That album.
Is that
That's
the album
what
review?
we're listening to.
That's what I said. Why?
Come on, Bill, get with the program.
Time out, and don't edit this out. I'm sorry. You just said, hey, it came to me in a dream. I've got something for you. I definitely thought you just wanted to talk about it. I'm sorry.
I wrote it down. Korn, Follow the Leader, 1998.
No, he was confused. He didn't
listening.
know it was my
I
album
thought you were just
suggestion.
talking about it.
Yeah, he thought I
my
just wanted
God.
to fucking talk about.
Oh, Jesus.
No, that's the sorry. I guess I didn't.
So that's
We're
why you want to
exploring,
listen
Billy.
to it,
We're
because
gonna
you
get
don't
naked. We're
get
gonna
it,
get
trying to figure
drunk.
out what the fuck is going on.
That's
All
the
right.
theme. Music
Good.
I don't necessarily understand. Then throw the album for next week. Sorry. Yes.
Okay.
I wanted to
All
talk
right.
about fucking Korn.
I'm fucking crying. I'm like,
Oh my God.
why did he just stop talking about it? He just sat there.
She's like, why is he bringing this up? When is this album review coming up? Jeez.
You're the
yeah,
one. You're
I
the one who
completely
went.
forgot.
You're the one who went to Chipotle, so you're going to be talking about Korn later, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, cool. That's kind of exciting. I feel like both of you guys are going to shit on it. It's part of the stuff I grew up on. But all right, now that we understand what the fuck is going on, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, sure. God, shit.
Okay, so do you guys know who Corey Feldman is? Do you remember him?
I know
From
stories about him,
Full
but
House?
what is it?
Was it one of those 90s sitcom shows?
So he was a famous 80s actor. He was in the Goonies. He was in
Ah, yes.
wow, I don't know any other movies he was in.
It was a child star for the most part.
Yeah,
right?
for forever. Like he was essentially
Yeah.
an icon, and he was kind of known for being maybe a little bit up. How do you say it? Up Michael Jackson's butthole. He was like doing the same hair. He was dressing the same. He was trying to do the same dance moves and stuff. So he was an enthusiast, and he always claimed like, yeah, we were buddies, like we were equals. It's like, I think you just idolized him because he maybe,
Or maybe you've been to Neverland Ranch.
I think he was one of those kids, but he always claimed like, no, man, we were just like, we grew up together. It's like, no, you didn't. No, it's Michael Jackson. Sorry, dude. You didn't hold a candle to the guy.
On the opposite of that, I think I remember I don't know, early 2000s kind of show, Corey and Corey, right? And I think it was him and another child actor named Corey. And the biggest issues with both of them is they were both victims of child molestation.
Right. Well, he's claimed that.
So I'm pretty sure he did go to Neverland. And I don't know if the story was always Michael Jackson is the one that did it or if it was somebody else.
So he always claimed that he was nothing ever happened with him. Somebody might have assaulted him, maybe, but he always claimed that the other Corey, who so happens to be deceased now, he has always claimed that Corey, who has passed, has been he's been raped by everybody. But himself, he's like, no, I've never been touched. But this guy, he was getting tore up left and right. So,
wow.
so basically, yeah. So now it's 2016, and he came out with a group, Corey Feldman and the Fallen Angels, right?
Oh, boy.
So the Fallen Angels is a group of women that he basically gets together and he saves them. So they're impoverished. They have nowhere to go. They're drug addicts, whatever you want to say about them. And they live with him. Okay. They live with him and they all happen to be fairly young, of age. I'm assuming they seem of age and fairly attractive, I would say. And they're all women, obviously. It's just Corey and all these chicks. He's the singer. He has like a guitarist, a bassist, and a drummer or something like that, or maybe like someone who spins the DJ spin jockey. I'm not saying any of that right. And
Disc jockey.
yeah, and that's basically the story. And he claims that, yeah, I'm doing a good thing for these attractive ladies. Isn't that a nice thing? And I don't think he understands how horrible it comes off for somebody of his status to just like take in young women and to have them live with them, and they like have a certain diet they have to go by. It's almost like, what would you say? A fucking cult?
Yeah.
Yeah, what it sounds like.
Yeah, a little bit. So he went on the Today Show, and that's the clip we're watching. Sorry for the listeners. We're going to figure something out in editing, but we're going to make it happen. So he had a Today Show appearance when the Fallen Angels and him like got their shit together. They got stuff recorded, and they wanted to have, a step up and get some exposure. So the Today Show was like, fuck yeah, we'll have your shit on. What the fuck? Okay. And so this is the live performance. You guys can see this video?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
and you can hear it.
Is that him with long
So
hair?
yeah, that's the first thing we're looking at is his album cover.
I feel like I'm looking at like Skrillex on the
Yeah.
ground right now, or whatever's going on.
Yeah, being picked up by 2 female angels.
Got the black long.
Or pulled out of
Got the
hell.
black long hair. Yeah, there's definitely a hell heaven kind of theme going on. The girls are all dressed up, and they happen to be wearing lingerie and have angel wings and halos, and they look like 10s. Who knows? But that's basically the outfit.
Angelic.
Yeah.
And it's angelic to the core
He's-
is what it says on the top of the banner.
He's saying like these women pulled me from, and they're pulling him up from what seems to
They
be
saved
the
me.
depths of hell. Exactly. These women saved me. I'm not being creepy and weird and having a
I
cult.
didn't say that.
Yeah, they saved me. So let's go ahead and play this.
Okay.
Okay, already weird.
All right, we're gonna stop right there. So they opened up and they have Corey Feldman with what seems to be the Assassin's Creed hood on, with tight jeans and his beautiful angels in the back playing instruments, and he's doing, how do you call it, air keyboard?
I would
Air.
air
what's
piping.
What's
He's
the
just doing this. Accordion?
Air accordion. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like kind of hunched over and he's being sort of like gangly and strange. And that's the first few
I
seconds.
don't know why. I'm getting Chris Angel vibes.
There's definitely some. There's an amalgamation of Michael Jackson, drug abuse, and rape going on for sure. Traumatic post-traumatic stress disorder. So let's go ahead and let's keep it. I'm gonna jump ahead just a hair. Maybe oh yeah, there's a good one right
Ooh,
there.
look at that
All right,
dab.
we're gonna watch this.
Look at that
We're gonna watch this
dab.
dance move real quick here. Okay, they're playing. They're still in the intro, and these are his dance moves. Aren't these incredible?
So artistic.
Yeah. So
What the hell?
slightly disturbing.
You watched NSYNC a little too much.
Okay. So he's
Oh, so the girls are the band.
yeah, so they have the guitarist, they have a
Okay.
bassist, they have keyboards and a girl on a laptop. Okay. So they're playing their song. We're just gonna watch the whole thing and I'm gonna chop it up. But
Oh my god.
this is next
Can you
level.
Turn it up just a little
Turn
bit.
it up, my bad. Yeah, I got you, son.
This
I got
is-
you, fam. Sorry, guys. We're just I could cut this up too, but we're just in shock with what is actually on the Today Show right now. Look at his hair.
Oh, the
Oh.
hood's removable.
Oh.
Oh, I get the Michael Jackson part. Okay, I see it now.
Yep, that's Michael Jackson's haircut.
Yeah, I didn't realize. I feel like I may have seen this or like a clip of it. But I didn't realize the girls were the band.
The girls are the band and they live with
But
him.
I don't think they're actually playing any of this.
No, can you? I mean, I can't really pick really any guitar if I'm being honest.
Nah, none of that's. Yeah, it's all from that MacBook right there.
And they're doing this. Oh my god!
Whoa!
These moves.
he's dancing.
Stop.
Dude. Yeah, it's like, that is Michael Jackson's haircut right there.
Yo, Billy, I got because we can't show the video. I don't think so. Billy, can you back up and do what we just saw? Do a quick please do a quick rendition. If you don't, I will.
The dance.
Just try to show
I'll
the
do my-
viewers,
I'll do
like
my-
give them an idea because they have to understand this is
Oh, God.
so horrendous. Like he thinks he's on fire. He thinks he's killing it right now. Billy's gonna go ahead and try to emulate. That's. I would even argue that is,
Hell
dude.
yeah.
That is literally what we were just watching him on the Today Show doing this, and it's so underwhelming. And I'm almost certain, Billy, that you did a much better job of dancing than whatever the fuck we just saw. It was like
This is terrible. The thing is, so real quick,
Yeah.
we're gonna laugh. We're gonna have fun with this. But the guy is clearly mentally deranged. You know, he has issues. He is probably most definitely
He's
suffering from
fighting demons on
PTSD.
stage
He's
live.
fighting demons. He's literally trying to fight them on stage, like Daniel just said. But he's clearly suffering. He looks like he could be potentially on drugs, and that's unfortunate. You know, that's what happens, especially with a lot of child stars. But God damn it, if it ain't funny, I'm sorry. That shit's funny.
I can't like every time I go back and watch this.
Very scary
Oh
looking
shit,
as
we
well.
got some
Like,
Inception going on. Oh my god, yeah, and
I'm just,
this whole segment, I'll cut
he doesn't
the
look
fuck up.
recognizable. The name is recognizable now, but the faces, I'm like, I don't recognize him now.
I will say I do
Yeah, I
recognize his
see it.
face, yeah,
yeah, I still. See
but he's
his
just
face.
old as like you saw him when he was a kid, and now he's
I've
in
seen
his
him before. And,
late 40s, 50s.
oh yeah, he's got to be up there. That's fucking depressing and hilarious and sad. Why would the fucking do they not vet them? You know,
dude. We're gonna go back to that. Yeah, they don't care, dude. It's Corey Feldman. It's name power.
Ratings.
Yep, views.
It's ratings. That's all it is.
All right, we're gonna listen to this note, and I'm gonna have one of you guys have to emulate what he was trying to do and what he actually did, real quick. Here we go. Okay, did you catch that?
His vocal styling. It's like he's really trying to hone in that Michael Jackson without being able to do that little squeaks he does.
It's Michael Jackson mixed with dad rock vocals, mixed with half of that did not sound like it was English at all.
Yeah, that was.
But it was hit it up, This is fucking perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and stream his album on Spotify. As we know, he won't get paid much. But I'll stream it. You know,
you gotta support. You gotta give him those
We're
0.06
changing
cents.
the album review now.
Yeah,
let's do an album review. Corey Feldman.
let's keep it moving. All right, so he's pointing at the camera. That's uncomfortable.
What the fuck's wrong with his thumb?
That is so far the most effective thing he's done on stage is point at the camera. That's a strange little.
And the camera tilting. Ugh.
Just like I said, I'll cut this up. Chime in whenever you
He's
feel
got
like you
Michael
got something.
Jackson's boots on.
Go for it. Go for it.
The hell.
Here we go. I think it's crescendos in a bit. Oh, he unzipped the shirt. I didn't even see that. So now we're seeing his white undershirt that is also some strange button up, and the collar goes up pretty high. And now he's dancing.
Oh, there it goes. There it goes.
Oh, fuck.
Oh
my
no.
God.
He cannot let go of Michael Jackson.
What the fuck is going on now? Some random guy showed up from the side.
Is this Method Man?
And he's no.
Is that OJ?
No. Jeez.
I can't see because the video keeps chopping up. It kind of looked like one of.
I don't know who this is. I looked it up, and he was a rapper at some point, but he was very I think he had
he's a no name kind of guy.
One song or something. I mean, but he just he comes out of nowhere. Yeah, he comes out of nowhere to do a verse with the Felds, and he has an orange long sleeve collared shirt with a white vest and a white. Is that a beret? Is that what that's called?
No, it's like a paperboy hat.
The Denver Broncos of wedding outfits is basically what
hat.
It is.
Christian Bale wore it in the Newsies, I'm pretty sure.
Yes,
that timey kind of thing.
What's even more disturbing is obviously big concerts or big venues get big sponsors. We have what do we have around here? The Verizon Center, is it now? For the Capitals and stuff like that. Jiffy Lube Live. This is the City Concert Series.
Oh.
Tight.
I didn't notice that. Yeah, that's wow. What are
backstage pass? It looks like a pass.
What are
I've got a VIP
what
pass.
The fuck are the parameters?
This is a VIP show.
Have a pulse. We'll get you in this bitch. All right, so now he's rapping his verse. And I'm not upset. I don't know. His orange long sleeve matches his orange tinted sunglasses that seem to be also prescription glasses. I can't really tell. And now Feldman
They just look at his ass.
Oh, yes. That's my favorite part, bro. We're going back real quick. look at the hands. Look at the hands. The hand action, brother. Look. That's my favorite part. It's just his hands aren't doing anything discernible, but he's still going crazy.
Oh, man. That's great.
Dude, legit this. It's not even I'm not exaggerating. Watch this. Listen. And for all you people who are like, why are you going hard on this guy? He's obviously been through a lot. He obviously has problems. I'm supporting this man, okay? By way of commentary. Get the fuck out of here. I think there was one more big moment, but I think we might have hit the precipice. That's weird. He just did a pelvic thrust, hand going towards the crotch. Oh my God. Doc Ice. That's his name. The rapper's Doc Ice.
See, the problem is you have people, he's obviously got a manager or something of some sort who should have stopped him, right? Somebody should have stopped him. And then these fucking idiotic hoes go up and go, oh my God, that was so good. Corey, I didn't know you could do that. Shut the fuck up. Come on. And he's out of breath. Like he just put on the fucking performance of his lifetime. Like, thank you so much.
I like how your next video is Corey Feldman opens up about his plan to expose Hollywood.
No, that was the whole thing. This was all built around the same time. Like he came out with this band, and then like maybe a few years later, he came out with this claim that he has a bunch of people on his list that hurt him and hurt the other Corey.
You can blackmail him
when they were kids. Yeah, and he was supposed to come out with this documentary film. Blah 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 blah. I don't even know if it came to anything, but yeah, that's how he got in the limelight again. So this was his soft opening. And then he was going to go hard. But it seems like, I don't know what this man's trying to do. I don't know what happened to him. I don't know what's in his head. There's some sort of strange delusion going on. But I'm a fan of the music, dude. Go for it. That shit's stuck in your head now. You're lying. You're lying if that shit isn't stuck in your head now. And if you're not watching this, you need to look up Corey Feldman Today Performance goes viral. You're not going to miss it. It's everywhere. And there's a ton of commentaries on it. And God damn, it's some of the best shit
Circa
ever.
2016.
Fucking A. Yeah, it's old as hell, but
the girls remind me of the girls the Austin Powers movie, the ones that their
fembots
tits open up and started shooting.
The fembots, yeah.
Yeah, that's what they look like to me.
A little bit, but there's a lot of deadness in the eyes.
Not all that hot.
Let's find one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to. Yeah, she looks real interested.
Oh, God.
Look at that. She is dead. She's like, fuck this. Not only am I playing bass, I'm doing this. And I'm playing bass. I got a halo. I got these wings on. This dude's porking me. He's housing me. He's only letting me eat twice a day. Oh my God.
And it's puffins. All he's feeding me is puffins.
Yeah, puffins.
So I want to get into the last little bit of little things here. I'm gonna send you guys 2 links. Feel free to click on those just so you guys can kind of visually see, and I'll link these in the description of the TubeU video. But boy, am I excited!
Stop looking at this, dude.
PRS has come out with 2 new instruments that are really, really awesome. So I said a couple weeks ago on the show that the PRS experience, unfortunately, it happened virtually. Looked like a lot of cool things to come out from that. And typically what they do is they go ahead and announce some new guitars that are coming out, similar to like a NAMM show or something like that. And they have 2 new styles of guitars that they have brought out recently over this last week. The first one I sent you guys is the PRS SE Custom 24 electric guitar. And they are doing these really, really awesome looking fade kind of burst colors that I don't think I've ever seen in an SE guitar. Like that's a pretty awesome paint finish that normally is in like their $5,000 to $6,000 range or above. As far as I know, I've never seen anything like that on a lower budget guitar. And that is pretty fucking awesome. Some really cool colors. I think they have 3 or 4 colors that they brought out. The one I sent you guys is a charcoal cherry fade. That's really, really awesome. So that guitar is guys on the link. Sorry.
Yes.
I got it in my notebook that I wrote down. $789 for those. So if you are looking for a beautiful ass guitar, as well as a 24 fretted guitar that is going to be able to pretty much do anything you need it to do, and obviously a well-built guitar, you should go get this because these colors are awesome. Again, I haven't seen these in kind of this price point before, so well under $1,000 here. Really awesome guitar. So standard, SC24 kind of custom 24 kind of shit, but those colors are hot, and I believe it's on the headstock too. No, so the headstock's normal color. Cherry. That's fine. But yeah, so they got a couple different colors there. I think it's a cherry. They got a fade blue, and then I think they have like an actual like charcoal, so it's like a gray. It's a kind of black kind of thing. But they're fucking gorgeous, dude. I absolutely love the way this looks. So you get the natural finish on the back and then the fade on the front. So those are pretty fucking awesome. And then the second one I sent you is this new acoustic SE guitar that they brought out. So they brought out the PRS SE Parlor P20s. So I said 20s. You guys only got one link. But it's the P20 and the P20E. So the main difference The E has electronics, and it is equipped with a Fishman acoustic pickup. And so a parlor guitar is basically a thinner bodied guitar that's going to be a lot smaller, not thinner body, but thinner kind of shape over the top of it. So it's going to be a little smaller. So what they basically are going to do is accentuate the, they're going to kind of bring out those kind of mids, those mid lows to it, not so much low end like a bigger acoustic guitar would do. So really, really cool guitars here. Really cool finishes. So they got a vintage mahogany. So it's a full mahogany top and then laminate on the sides and back, a charcoal and a black satin. So all the colors come in satin, whether you get the electronics or not. And these are at $499 and $579, I believe, respectively. So $499 for the non-electronics, $579 for electronics, $79 to get a Fishman pickup in it. Not a bad deal to me. And this is probably the favorite launch that they did because I've never played acoustic that much, but it's something I've always kind of wanted just to have. Pick it up, play it. It's loud. It sounds good. And so far from any videos that I've seen on these, they sound fucking phenomenal. They're a little bit shorter scale too. So they're like 24 and 75 or something like that in scale. Yeah. So some new awesome gear. I fucking love it. Very exciting. I look forward to anything else that they're going to bring out the rest of the year. They got some new custom 24s and shit like that out. But as far as like the affordable, get really awesome shit line, these are the two newest ones here.
Huh.
Thoughts, questions?
Yeah, I got plenty. Just waiting for you to take a breath. I was looking at the bottom of this fretboard, and I'm seeing like they have these cute little birdies. But then if you look at the lowest point or the highest point, whatever, I'm not a guitarist. It looks like the birds turn into some sort of dolphin tail, a fraction of a bird, and then that looks like a symbol for what is going on at the bottom here? These last three.
The very last one's
so
an
those
owl.
are still birds, but the last one is an owl.
Yeah, it looks just like an owl. It doesn't look like a fish.
To be fair, when I first got into PRS, and I want to say Daniel might have agreed with me. I can't remember. I thought it was a fucking turtle. I'm gonna be honest with you. And a lot of people have questioned, and then they finally are like, look, it's a fucking owl.
Shut up.
They're the same on every fucking guitar. This is a goddamn owl. It's just different materials, different ways it gets inlaid into the guitar. But yeah, it is an owl. The other bird, it's definitely better to see in person too. I've got 3 of them here if you ever want to take a look.
I got one too, bro. What are you talking about?
But yeah, it's an owl at the very end there. I thought it was a fucking turtle.
Somebody lost steam.
But now that I know it's an owl, it's hard for me to look at it and go, yeah, that's definitely a turtle.
I definitely can't see an owl either, though.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
I see an owl. It's looking dead at you, perched.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like sideways and looking at you instead of like sideways or, from down, angle and stuff. They're fucking beautiful is what you meant to say.
Oh, I thought I said that already. Yeah, they look great.
Nah.
They look a lot like most PRSs I've seen.
Pretty much all of them.
I don't like the color fade myself personally for this charcoal cherry fade.
The charcoal, I'm sorry that I put that one up there. If you just hit...
It doesn't show any of the other ones.
Yeah, I don't see them.
Yeah, which is surprising. So if you look up just PRS SE, they got an amber fade that I'd have to see in person. It's kind of bad.
Oh,
the one that I really like that I should have gave you guys is a charcoal blue fade.
I see the amber fade. I don't like that either.
I think I'd have to see it in person. I'm not a big fan of what I like is... Go ahead.
What about the charcoal fade? Is that one of them?
I could be wrong. I may have been wrong on that. I see a charcoal blue. I thought there was one. Maybe I just saw the regular charcoal burst. My apologies.
This one says pre-order, so this one must be part of the line. The charcoal fade isn't too bad.
Are you gonna buy this?
I just don't like the fade.
This one, no, I'm not. Oh yeah, they do have a charcoal fade. I see it now. Yeah, I like that. That looks fucking awesome. These guitars, no. The acoustic though, highly considering.
I was gonna say, you should go for it.
Yeah. So I wouldn't mind checking these out. They'd be a tight ass guitar, but you never have too many guitars. But there's other guitars that I kind of want. over that. Ola from Solar Guitars just launched a new guitar also with roasted maple necks. And the newest one that they have out has a hum single configuration to it. Which is fucking awesome. Daniel, which is fucking awesome. Roasted maple, hum single, Solar Guitars, Evertune Bridge, $9.99.
Yeah, I saw that video. And I was just kind of like,
fucking tight.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's still a humbucker though. It just looks like a single coil, is what it is.
Which is fine if you want to swap it out, or it's a stacked. But it's still a stacked single coil is still going to give you a different vibe and sound than you're going to get from an actual humbucker. It is stacked. It is not two side by side fucking coils there. It is a stacked fucking set, right? So
yeah,
a little different there, but I think that about does it for us tonight. This was fun. This was very fun. No, I had a great time. Want to thank everybody who. It's actually I really had a good time this episode. It's a lot of cool stuff. And, some sad stuff. I'm sorry for anybody I made cry. What are we looking at here?
I want to say what up, Hobby-san. He was Snapchatting me around. He just added me tonight, and he was like, "Oh, you like your podcast, guys?" And I was like, "Yeah, we're doing it right now."
Oh, cool. We did get a few more subs, so anybody that shared and helped us out with that, really, really appreciate it. If you guys could keep it up. Again, trying to get to 100 by the end of the month. You got 8 days. No rush.
8 days to live. I mean, no rush.
But it's all there, and I do appreciate everybody who's done it so far. If we keep it up, if you guys want to hear about anything on the channel, please give us a comment down below. If you don't comment, we don't know that you want to hear about it. Could give you something that you want our opinions on. It might be pretty cool. So
our trash opinions.
Or trash opinions, yeah, because clearly I am very opinionated and I am stuck in my fucking ways.
On that note.
Me. On that note, thank you, everybody. I love all of you. I am a Beef Treadbeard.
Schwill Bob.
Go for it, Nico.
All right, guys. Thank you, and bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.